Nothing can be kept secret from me.
Mr. Shulsky.
I've got some fresh ideas.
Promising. But you can't keep wearing the same attire. Meanwhile...
I...
Oh. Mr. Schultz,
I've got some...
We need bold concepts. Meanwhile...
I...
All right.
I haven't been here in a while. What do you want to tell me, friend?
I'll be first, you'll see!
Slow down. You'll get your clothes all dirty.
That kid, it's me. My mother thought I'd lost my mind. So did Liga, I guess. And that, as we know, didn't happen until much later. I didn't remember that Thaumaturge was there too. He must have been. After all, he'd laughed at me later for wetting my pants. It was my birthday. Was it then that you chose me? Hello, sweet secret. Morana, hello. Let's see what brought you here. I felt something. Where is it?
Please, step back. This is a crime scene.
I can see that. Am I wrong, or does the deceased have no eyes?
Yeah, no eyes, all right. And why would there be? He's the fisherman's sixth victim.
Hey, Rogulski, cut the chit-chat. And you, 3 steps back. Go on!
Is the fisherman some local criminal?
Get out of here while I'm still asking nicely.
Easy, I'm going now. I don't want to bother you.
Just what I need. A fucking throng of onlookers. Move a little to the left, will you? You are blocking my view.
What are you doing here? Drawing an illustration for a newspaper?
For myself, as a local artist. I'm Cayetan.
Do you specialize in still lives?
Yes, you might say that. Here in Powiśle nothing interesting's ever happened. But there you go. Murders with an artistic twist. Very inspiring material.
Powiśle doesn't seem like a pleasant place to live.
Is life itself pleasant? I don't think so. Even those mutilated bodies, they have no eyes. As if the murderer tried to say there's nothing to see here.
So you're saying that nothing matters?
Exactly. Once, misfortune brought me to this river. I wanted to end my life. But the river wouldn't have me and threw me back on the bank. I decided to stay around.
What exactly do you paint?
Dead bodies.
Someone might say the dead deserve respect.
I'm saying that both life and death are meaningless. You are blocking my view.
I'll go now. Any fish biting?
It doesn't matter. What do you want?
My name is Victor. I only wanted to ask what was going on here.
With those damn police?
They are trying to catch the fisherman, and the fisherman is doing his bit.
Is it bad that they're doing the job?
And what for? Did anybody call them? Anybody complain?
What, do you think murder doesn't bother anyone?
Like there are never any murders in Powiśle. Big deal.
The river giveth and the river taketh away.
We'll do fine. We don't need the police here.
Who's the fisherman?
The one who left the body on the beach. Stark naked, with pebbles in place of eyes, and a hook stuck in the roof of the mouth.
Like a fish. That's what he always does.
The police call him a serial killer. A dozen people he's snuffed out like that already. The son of a gun.
You sound like it doesn't bother you too much.
And what should it bother me for? If he kills, he kills. We are not to judge if that's good or bad.
The river giveth, and the river taketh away.
Yep. And they can't catch the fisherman even though he continues to kill. Is that right?
He's smart, shrewd, not like those police fools. And everyone knows who he is.
How so?
Because You see that guy on the beach who set up his easels in the sand and is painting?
He's the fisherman.
He paints all those bodies. He's always around the new ones. They even raided that hovel of his. Right, Edek?
Yep.
It does look suspicious.
Everyone says it's him. He's a weirdo, living like a hermit in that hovel. Nothing holds any value for him, so maybe he takes people's lives just for the hell of it.
Yep.
And where is that hovel?
Go along the river and behind the workshop. Am I right, Edek?
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen. Happy fishing.
Yeah, right.
Nice rocks. They smell like downtown.
What are you sniffing around here for, Outlander?
I try not to cross anybody.
Weaklings shouldn't venture into Powiśle.
Maybe he's the murderer. The young master was bored and came to Powiśle for a taste of gore.
He'll taste it all right.
His own.
Hey, you can't be here.
Cayetan doesn't allow it.
I don't like you, Sonny.
He's got nice shoes, though.
What if I pay you for the tour?
Cayetan pays regularly.
Where does he get the money for painting and your services?
What do we care? He just does. The point is, he shares.
I think we can accept a donation.
But I still like your shoes.
Is the painting finished?
Nope. The police took the body before I could finish. But I'm sure something new will appear soon.
What exactly do you paint?
Dead bodies.
Can I ask you a question?
Whatever.
I think painting those bodies has become something very important to you.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
It seems it has given your life a new meaning.
Do you really think so?
Aren't you afraid you might be arrested? You're always the first one at the body. You paint it. To me, you look like a murderer.
Me? Why? The bodies appear on their own. Besides, let the police worry about that.
If they catch the murderer, there will be no more dead bodies to pose.
Right. I hadn't thought about that. I don't understand.
It seems that while contemplating the lack of sense in life, you did find something you care about.
Right. But that doesn't make sense. Why is it that in trying to go with the flow, I end up paddling harder? Where did I go wrong?
Beautiful. It's time to free you from it.
Can you hear me? Take a step back from him.
What? What are you doing?
They're arresting me, that's what.
You've got the wrong man, Pelevin.
That is up to the examining magistrate to decide. Let's take him.
Tell them what you told me. You are not the killer.
What difference does it make?
Pelevin, you know he's not the one.
What can I do? This case is taking too long anyway.
How are you going to sleep after this?
I'm going to booze it up till I fall asleep. Preferably in moonshine.
And now it starts to rain.
Get it away from me! I don't want to touch it.
Yellow belly.
Shut up! Hey, you! What do you want here?
What is that you're playing with?
It's a hook from a real dead man. A dead man's hook. Quiet, you dogs!
This hook is from the fisherman's victim, isn't it?
So what if it is? What's it to you? They've already caught the murderer.
What if I tell you that they didn't? That they caught the wrong man?
The fuck they did? Get lost! Unless we trade for it. Got anything interesting to barter with?
And what would you like for the hook?
A cannon.
A saber!
Well, you heard him. If you bring us a cannon or a saber, we'll give you the dead man's hook.
That should be doable. There were some old blunt sabers in Father's office.
Go away now. You're boring.
What do you want to tell me, friend?
Victor, hurry. We'll be late for Mass.
I'm coming, Mother.
Victor, do you think that when you have a husband, you have to argue with him?
I suppose so. I don't want a husband.
You don't have to get one, but I'm worse off. Grażynka says that when I grow up, she'll find me a husband.
I remember that. The last Sunday before Father stopped taking us to church. Because of me. I accidentally touched the priest's stele as he passed us with a censer. That was the first time when I felt another person's thoughts, their intentions. I heard the words of someone's confession that the priest was thinking about. It was like they were directed at me. And I didn't falter to share them with the rest of the congregation. Mother didn't manage to stop me, and my indiscretion caused the prominent marriage to fall apart. My parents' marriage not long after. What do we have here?
Salut.
Salut. Have you heard this, Fancy Pants?
I've got the saber I promised you.
Is it real? Come on then, let's see it. If we like it, we'll give you this silly hook.
Here, I honor my agreements.
It's real! Look at it! A real saber!
I also honor my agreements. Here, the dead man's hook is yours. So, what now?
Now I'll examine the hook and keep looking for other clues.
Piotr's a lickspittle for the coppers.
Shut your mouths, or you lose even more teeth. I'll help you. Come find me near Antiaja's brothel. We can resume the investigation there. All right, enough of this. Let's leave this place.
Hello.
I can't stand this weather. Can I help you?
What are you selling?
My late husband's junk. I don't need to look at all of this if I can't look at him.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No point brooding over it. The river giveth, and the river taketh away.
I have to go now.
Goodbye.
That wasn't too hard.
So then I tell him, stick that rubble up your ass. I've got my honor.
You sure are a canny lad.
Hello.
I'm on my break. Come back later.
I sent him, Auntie Clara. We're doing an investigation together.
You're always up to something, Piotrush. What investigation?
What are we doing here?
What do you mean? The aunties are the key to the world of information. They know and hear more than anyone else in Powiśle.
Are you his actual aunt?
You really are a tourist. Of course they're not. But I prefer them to the real ones. They always help me somehow when I'm in trouble. They'll dress a wound, give me an apple, or a beer.
Piotrush, nothing gets by you. You remember that lady's gloves? I said I liked them once, and he brought them to me the next day.
Well, just say the word.
What do you know about the fisherman?
All I know is he's in jail. Finally. This cursed place can breathe a little.
He's not in jail, though. We're looking for the real one.
Piotrush, is that the investigation you're playing?
What do you mean, playing? We're both dead serious and committed, Auntie.
You better watch out. You'll get in trouble.
What next, partner?
It's not over yet. Now, we split. You go grill the other aunties, and I'll see you later. After dark, some of them work here, and others in the streets. Remember to tell them I sent you. Piotrek Justa, that is. And ask better questions this time.
Watch him. If anything happens to him, it's your fault.
Is the gent looking to forget his worries for a while? Discretion guaranteed. I haven't had an angry wife come here yet.
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Of course, precious. Welcome to Auntie Yaja's bawdy house.
Who usually plays the piano here?
Would that it were only one. We get no shortage of has-been artists here, or them that try to bamboozle the girls into giving them a better price, especially if they're drunk. One of the girls saw it in a pawn shop. It wasn't cheap.
Your employees play too?
I can find you someone that can tickle the ivories. But that's not what I pay them for.
Tell me about this place.
All right, precious. Ask away.
Are all the girls local? I know places like this offer lodgings to those arriving in the city in exchange for their services.
If you're implying something precious, I can assure you that all the ladies here work of their own free will. Imagine coming here to be a cleaner or teach children, and then the only thing anyone really wants to pay you for is your ass. I'm the reason they can make a living. No offense, precious, but you have no idea what it's like.
Does Piotrek Justa live here too?
That one always finds his way around. He's a nitwit. The girls like him and he likes them. As long as he knows his place, he can hang out here.
Where are his parents?
Who knows? He's a foundling.
Let's change this.
Finally.
Thank you.
You're blushing, precious. Well, Goodbye, then.
Aren't your legs getting sore? Stupid question. Right. Let's kill some time.
Good evening.
Good evening. What do you want?
I bet he's a customer. Do you want to put him off?
How do I know if he's a customer or not? Bad things happen in this weather.
You're right. What brings you here?
What do you know about the fisherman?
What an odd question. Unless... God, it's him! He came to kill us!
But they just got him. That freak who painted corpses was the fisherman. He created inspiration for himself. Right?
Take it easy. I was sent here by Piotrek Justa.
Somehow I don't believe you. Maybe you got him too, fisherman.
Piotrek introduced me to Auntie Clara too. I assure you they are both alive. I just want to talk to you.
Well, if you hang around with Piotrek, you can't be the fisherman. Especially if you aren't that handsome.
This is Auntie Clementina, and you can call me Auntie Anastasia, like the Tsar's daughter.
But we don't know anything about the fisherman, and we'd rather not talk about him.
I'll be off now.
Too bad.
Good evening.
Cloud behind the corner, 5 kopecks. Naked in a bed, 15. A blower will cost you 3. Unless you just want to watch something, then it's 2. If it's something else you're after, you can fuck off, or I'll call for help.
Does it often rain here? It seems like a cloud burst just over Povishla as if on purpose.
I guess the weather reflects the way we all feel here. Stop talking to me, the panda is getting angry.
Who's a panda?
Well, a whoremonger.
Piotrek Justa sent me. He's a nice kid.
Piotr sent you? Well, why didn't you say so? I'll give you a discount though.
No, that's not why I'm here. I just want to talk.
Well, fire away before someone is onto us.
The fisherman. Have you heard anything about him?
Only the things everyone's been prattling on about. But if it's information you want, buy yourself a newspaper. 2 kopeckas. Any other questions? Or should we get to the point?
I'll let you get back to work. Hello.
Hello, hello. How can I help you, sir? Are you buying? Pledging? Art, cards, old farts, top coats, ski, jewelry.
Do you remember Mieszko Setsemin? He was a lone shark around here.
And you're asking me because?
No reason.
Setsemin died a long time ago. They say someone attacked and shot him. Terrible tragedy. Terrible. Even talking about him might bring bad luck. And so, life goes on here in Powiśle.
Goodbye. Hello, sweet secret.
You're not from round here, I can see.
Hello. Is this a bad time?
It is a bad place, fancy boy. It is for the locals.
Is it the weather that has this effect on you?
One more word, and we will take you out.
I'm a friend of Piotrek Justa.
Hey, do you hear the kind of names being tossed around here? You better find some friends your own age. Pervert. Get that fancy pants.
Anybody else got a problem with me? I thought so.
Just no brawling, please. What can I get you?
It's nice in here. I like the decor. Why the moonshine?
It sells best. We've just run out. Have anything else to say?
What more do you want from me? Who was the last victim? You must know their name.
I do, but you don't have anything to convince me. Is there anything else?
I got the hook from the victim's body. Local kids had stolen it.
I already have a few of these.
Because of it, I know, let's call it, the scent of the murderer. A thaumaturge could be useful in a case like this.
But the case is closed. That's enough. When I get sober, I put you in jail, I swear. Now leave me alone.
We'll see about that. I'll find out why you're so reluctant to run this investigation, and then we'll resume it together.
What? You're going to cast a spell on me, magician?
Who knows? Don't go anywhere. I felt something. Where is it?
Of all the joints in Povishla, you walk into this one again.
You won't give up that easy. Deep down, you're not that kind of man. Tilting at windmills has dimmed your investigator's instinct, but you won't give them the satisfaction.
I don't have the strength.
I do. Let's bring this case to a close. Let's find the real fisherman.
You're right. The dubber is innocent. I'm not going to fall in with a heartless system where all that matters is the quarterly performance. Come, I'll show you the body. It's still in the ice room, unless the pallbearer took it. I'll tell you the rest of the story there.
Wiktor Szulski, Thaumaturge.
Antoni Nigorevich Pielewin.
Lead the way.
I hope I don't regret it, Thaumaturge. There he is. Tadeusz Pielecha, a Powiśle man. Childless, 46 years old. He was a fisherman. Ну, Thaumaturge, за дело.
He has multiple wounds and bruises.
Yeah, he was tortured before he died. But the immediate cause of death was a strong hit to the back of the head. Stunned like a fish. It's a joke.
I presume it's his trademark.
Yes, he always puts pebbles in place of gouged out eyes. Ordinary river pebbles, probably collected at the local wharf.
Any personal items? Something could have been imprinted on them. His emotions, thoughts, anything.
All he had was his wedding ring. But we gave it back to the widow because she was crying that she wanted to have a memento of her husband.
We should ask her to show this wedding ring to us. Where can I find the widow?
She lives in a house on the corner, between the marketplace and Yaja's brothel.
Pileha wasn't the fisherman's first victim. What about the others?
There was another fisher, a porter, a traveling saleswoman, but this is our best clue.
Were other victims from around here as well?
Some spent all their lives in Powiśle. Others were passing through, and they were just unlucky.
Then it's certain the fisherman lives in the area and knows it well. Which means he probably also keeps his victims somewhere around here.
And then just drops them on the band?
Did he have a family?
We only know about the wife. They didn't seem to get along.
All right, the autopsy's over. When did Pilecha's wife report he was missing?
She admitted she was worried her husband had been gone for 3 days. She did take her time.
Maybe she was the one who killed him.
Why don't you talk to her? If you need me, I'll be at the moonshine.
Yes?
Have you seen anyone suspicious here lately?
Other than you? This is Powiśle. Everyone's suspicious here.
Do you have any valuables to sell? Like jewelry?
What jewelry? Look at me. I had Pielecha's ring, but I sold it to a pawn shop. Money don't stink, you know. They didn't want anything else anyway.
And where is this pawn shop?
At Browarno Street.
I have to go.
Goodbye.
What now?
I'd like to see your jewelry.
Gems? Bangles? Spangles?
Wedding rings. Golden.
Uh-huh. Congratulations.
Preferably from a stiff. I know you've got one here.
What does a magician need a ring like that for?
I've already told you. I'm getting married.
I do have one, but it's not for sale. It brings me luck.
Can I just take a look at it?
No looking.
I'll be back.
No need.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
What now?
You can feel evil energy creep out from every corner surrounding you. You're afraid you might be hexed. You don't realize you bring bad luck on yourself.
How so?
Don't you know dead people's things, especially personal items, attract restless souls? Can you hear the whispers? Is it the wind? It's strangely cold here.
Take this cursed ring away from me. I don't want it.
I'll happily rid you of this potential curse. About what's in you. Right. Let's... So...
A friend of Piotrusius. You can ask. Just be discreet.
What about Tadeusz Pielecha? Do you know anything about him?
What a miserable chap. No one could ever cheer him up. It must be really hard for his wife now. A friend of a friend saw him in a moonshine often. A local joint.
I know where it is.
Anything else?
Thank you for being willing to talk to me. Goodbye.
Give my best to Piotruś.
Hey, what are you up to? Bothering the lady? Nothing comes for free.
I was only asking the lady a few questions. I'll take my leave.
Over my dead body.
Forget it. This is nothing, really. Just idle chit-chat, that's all.
I'm supposed to step in if any fishermen or others can't bother you. So I am. Unless you want to be left alone. And you? Come here. Losing a few teeth will teach you not to waste the hooker's time.
Will you stop sneaking up on us?
Do you know Tadeusz Pielecha?
Poor guy. He was the one the fisherman got this time. You shouldn't say bad things about the dead.
But?
Pielecha came to visit us, our boaty house, the day before he died. He wouldn't pay, so Auntie Jadzia, the madam, had him thrown out.
Thank you. I will talk to her.
I've had it. Let's get out of here. I'm not going to stay here any longer, getting wet and tempting fate.
Let's go. Jadzia will get over it.
Have you looked around? Yeah. Have you looked?
Tell me about...
Yeah.
When you send your girls out to work, aren't you concerned about their safety?
You must be the reason Anastasia and Clementina came back crying. Do you know how long it took me to calm them down?
At least here they are safe.
They are safe out there. Is that clear?
I've heard Tadeusz Pielecha came here the day before he died.
You're not from around here, Precious, are you? What are you snooping around for?
I'm ashamed to say.
Precious, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Tell Auntie what's on your mind.
Nothing excites me more than touching things that have been touched by dead people.
We make our customers' dreams come true, but this will cost you.
I can pay you. How much?
20 rubles. After all, it is an uncommon whim.
Fine. In fact, the establishments of Śródmieście aren't as expensive as my sister told me.
Go on. Upstairs with you. Just don't scare my girls.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
Have you looked?
I'm looking for one of the girls, Clara.
She left. She didn't say where. She's probably hanging around somewhere with that nitwit Yusta.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Just no brown. What can...
I know Tadeusz Pielecha liked to come here.
Wouldn't you rather have a drink? I don't feel like talking about Tadek.
You miss him, so do the others. You've known him for ages, and now the mere mention of his name tears a hole in your heart.
Help me, and I will do him justice.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. If he went back to his wife that night rather than here, I guess he'd be still alive.
That means he spent his last night here?
Yeah, when he left, that was the last we ever saw him. It was pissing down that night too. And a few days later, he was lying sprawled out on the river bank like a dead fish.
Did you talk to him?
Tadek did more drinking than talking. He only complained that Yaja had him removed from the brothel. He didn't avail himself of it, and he wouldn't pay for nothing. Other than that, no. He was a man of few words.
I suppose you don't have many customers on rainy nights like that. Can you remember who else was here?
Just regulars. Same as today, some hookers come by at times. Today we've got one copper and one intrusive posh boy, which is unusual. I mean you.
Did Pielecha leave alone?
Gienek, the steel worker, left with him, but he came back shortly after and passed out in the corner. Then a hooker went out, probably to work.
Do you remember which one?
Clara. She's the caring one. She chums around with that little shit Justa.
I'll be off now.
Good riddance.
Well, can we go get her? I can't wait any longer.
I know where to look for the murderer.
Well, let's go then. There's no time like the present. Is this the place?
Yes, the fisherman's hideout.
Is the fisherman there now?
I'm not sure. I'll go in first. You can back me up in case something goes awry.
I trust you.
Auntie Clara, what did you do to the boy?
Piotrush's older friend. I expected this to be only a matter of time. I warned you he would get hurt.
Why is he lying still? What did you do to him?
For now, he's only sleeping. The little angel. Like the others. Don't be a hero, or the lad's done for.
Let's not be rash. Let's talk.
Indeed. Everything would have worked out if it wasn't for this pesky kid.
Why are you even doing this?
Why wouldn't I be doing this? Why wouldn't I slaughter those stinking sods? My only regret is that I didn't start sooner.
Your brother. What is it that he's done to you?
Brother? Daft prick is more like it. He raised me after our parents died. Raised me with a heavy hand. I hated him, but I also only had him.
What about him? How is he similar?
He's not. He's the only one who isn't. It's not even about my brother this time. It's about this cursed city.
You're not from here. Warsaw wasn't kind to you, was it?
Kind? Warsaw devoured me. It chewed me up and shut me out. I came here with the hope of leaving everything behind me. I was a good girl. I wanted to find a job and start a new life. I didn't have any prospects. Whoring turned out to be the only option. It wasn't until I finally got the courage to kill my first river-stinking customer that I felt that there must be some sense in all this. No, not sense. There is no sense. Pleasure.
You know, I hate Warsaw myself. Sometimes I would like to sink the city, but making peace with it is simpler.
That's it. I'm done talking.
Wait! You can't stand the smell of fish. Why?
Because the past stinks of fish. He only needed to swing his arm to make me nauseous. The stench of fish lingered long on my skin. Now I am relieving the world of it.
You won't hurt him the same way you were hurt because you don't hate him. I have seen and felt how carefree you become in his presence, as if he gave you back moments of childhood that you never had.
I'm sorry, Piotruś.
Stop! You are under arrest for the murders of Tadeusz Pielecha, Jagna Bogdanka, Stanisław Pietrowicz, and likely several others as well.
What's with the shouting? I can't hear you, you know.
I haven't seen miracles like this before. What about the kid?
He's alive.
Then wake him up and let's get out of here. It really stinks of fish.
How are you? Do you need anything?
No, nothing. I think.
Thank you.
Would you ever think she's the murderess?
No. This is where my intuition failed.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this, lad.
Nah, forget about it. The risk comes with the job. But I guess you'll have to conduct your next investigation without me.
How did you end up on this table?
I found this dive, and as I was going to get you, Auntie Clara showed up. Then, I don't remember.
I understand. What will happen to Cayetano now?
First, we'll have to get testimony from the murderers. It'll take a while, even if I expedite things. The paperwork alone will take a fair bit of time. I'll call you.
I'll be waiting for your call regarding Cayetano's case, Commissioner.
Sure. Keep out of trouble.
Goodbye.
Take care, partner. We did good.
Let's go. I'll show you the police station.
What do you want to tell me, friend?
You'll put me in an early grave.
Duh, because it's always the woman's fault when a man starts getting certain notions.
I'm the head of this family, and I deserve respect.
Father, can Abauretze come with us to the sea?
Out of the question. Holidays are to be spent with family, with loved ones, not with servants. Listen, boy. You'll be the head of this family someday, and you have to understand that family is the one thing you can always rely on. Especially since you're a temperomancer. Others will rob you, kill you, or even worse, ruin you. You should keep your friends close, but never behind your back. And your enemies you should keep even closer, next to your heart, because only then will they not surprise you.
Rarely did I see my father so furious. He thought that a trip to the once Polish Baltic Sea would improve his chilly relations with Mother. I really didn't want to go. I preferred to play with Abaurycy in the streets of Praga. Mom wasn't disappointed that we stayed either. I didn't want to step on Father's toes again, so I asked Ligia to make a scene, like she did when Grażynka tried sending her to bed and she wanted to keep reading. I didn't even have to persuade her much. I wondered if it was the power of the twin bond or if I manipulated her subconsciously back then. Now I know I couldn't do it without forming our pact. But if that's the case, what were you doing here? So... Aren't you... Let